Woo! Wow! Hey, hi! How you doing? Coming to you live again through the power of the internet. Don't really know what we're gonna do today. Uh, it's cool. No, it's cold. It is very cold. If you happen to notice these little things in my ear, um, trying to see if I can use them as a wireless mic. That way I don't have a cord that gets in the way of everything. So just kind of figuring it out, just trying. Quality content right there. Getting back to what I was going to say though, I'm not sure what I'm going to do today. My wife is wanting to start putting some seeds out under grow lights. So I think we're going to start doing some of that maybe today. Some peppers, just a few things. And in the meantime, she wanted me to make up some water bottles so she can water the plants in the house without making too big of a mess. So this is what I usually do. I just take like a normal regular water bottle, and of course this one has water in it, but you can just take an empty one. It doesn't have to be full, is what I'm trying to say. Take you a knife, pocket knife, and just cut you a couple little holes in the top. Be real careful, especially when you don't have your glasses on. But cut you just two or three little holes in the top, and that way, when you are in the house watering your cups under your grow lights, you can just go right down the line, just sprinkle them a little bit at a time like that. She likes different sizes, so we've got a small one, we got a big boy. I think this is the first year she's ever tried using the big boy. If you don't want to use a pocket knife, you can use a drill. You do you, do what you want. I will say this, the bigger ones are a little harder to get through with a pocket knife when you're trying to be careful and not cut yourself. But we made it. No problems. No problems. Pepper dogs running around. Little chickadees running around. You better run, he'll get you. What do you think, Tuck? He don't think much about it, I'll just tell you. He does not think much about it. He's been wanting to come in outside for most of the morning. Whew. So it was warm. So we got ice, and it stuck around for about a week on the ground. Even though it was 50, 60 degrees, I could probably walk around out here and probably still find you some ice. And then it got, like I said, 50, 60 degrees. Today, I think it's, 30. No, it probably isn't that cold, but it is cool. Very cool outside. So I'm probably fixing to go back in and tell my wife that I think that we're probably crazy. We're getting too big a hurry. Too big a hurry to start this spring garden. But no, we need to get ahead of everything. We're still going to have some cold days, but as long as we keep the plants in the house or in a greenhouse, they should be fine. So we're going to get started on that, and hopefully I can add to the video. We'll catch back up with y'all in a little while. Bye-bye. Okay, so this is going to be take two. Tucker decided he wanted some attention, so he was doing everything he could to get in the picture and make a little noise in the background, so maybe he'll be quiet. What we're going to do now is try to show you how we start our seeds, how Kim starts our seeds underneath the grow lights, late winter, so we can put stuff out in the spring. She's got certain ways she does it. Doesn't necessarily mean it's the right way. It's just the way we do it. And so I'm going to turn it around and let her show you how she does that, because I'm more of a picker. She's more of a planter. And so that's what we're going to do. Hopefully this time will go a little bit better.
Okay. The first thing you need to do when you're starting seeds is you need to figure out what grow zone you're in. We're in zone 7A. I go to the Farmer's Almanac. I type in my zip code. It tells me what zone we're in and when to start certain seeds. So I've already started my peppers. Today we're going to be starting some herbs inside under lots. You're going to need a container to start your seeds. These are little 6-packs. They're cheap. You can get them on Amazon. You can use yogurt containers. You can use solo cups. Any kind of saved. Those little containers blueberries come in, they're perfect. You're going to need a seed starting mix. I use Jiffy seed starting mix. This right here. Pour some in a bucket with some water, because it tries to not soak up the water in the beginning. But you want that damp, moist. And then you're going to pack it into your container. And I mush it all the way to the bottom so that the roots can really get down in there. I'm doing this on top of this tray so that any pot and soil falls down in there, I can just turn around and put it back in that bucket. But pack it in there. Like I said, this is moist. It doesn't have to be wet, but your seeds will do a lot better if the medium they're planted in is moist. And it needs to stay that way. After you get your seeds planted, you need to make sure that this stays moist at all times. You need to cover it either with a plastic dome or saran wrap, something clear, until it sprouts, and then take that off there. As soon as the first one sprouts, take it off, put a fan on it, put some grow lights on it, and I'll show you my grow lights here in just a minute. Okay, this 6-pack is going to be Hyssop. This is really good if you're looking for pollinators. Has a nice licorice smell. It makes a great sweet tea.
See a picture there.
This is Hyssop Blue. I'm doing 3 kinds of hyssop in this container. There'll be 1, 2, 3. I'm not going to individually label every single one of them because they all have a real pretty purple flower. On your seed packets, it's going to tell you the depth to plant your seed. This says 1/4 inch. Go by what it says. It'll tell you spacing, how far apart they need to be planted. Now, I'm doing several seeds in each one. I'll thin them later after they come up. And then just mash that back down. These seeds are dark colored, so you're not really going to be able to see them. But just mash the dirt back down on top of them. This is my marker for hyssop. It says 6 because all 6 of these are going to be hyssop. This is just a piece of a plastic lid off a Cool Whip bowl. This is Korean hyssop. It's more pink, but still purple enough I'm not worried about labeling them. I'm wanting to make a pathway of hyssop. See the seeds? I got to be careful. If I didn't want to mix anything, when you open your seed packets, watch out, because you could accidentally have something come up with something else. These seeds are really tiny. Some people, when they are working with teeny tiny seeds like this, they make their own seed tape so they can see better. I don't care to thin. It doesn't bother me to thin, so. Okay, that one's planted. This is Hyssop anise. This is one we already have. We know that the bumblebees flock to it all summer, and it blooms all summer. So you have nice color. It doesn't mind our poor clay rocky soil. it's nice to plant things that will work just about anywhere. Then you don't have a lot of disappointment.
And you put all 3 of those packages all in the same holes? Well, in the same squares?
No, this is anise hyssop, this is Korean hyssop, and this is blue hyssop.
Okay.
So each block is different, but the whole 6-pack is hyssop.
Gotcha.
When you're done, take your seed packets up so they don't spill everywhere. This is my little notebook. It tells you what all I'm planting this year. We got some more herbs to do. We're gonna do a 6-pack that has 3 of the raspberry daiquiri agastache. So what I'll do is it'll be 3 on one side. They'll go down through here, and then whatever else I plant will be over here. Because I don't want a 6-pack of agastache. I've got several outside. This is just one I don't have. Another good plant to bring in pollinators. This will actually also bring hummingbirds. We have a Navajo sunset one that they really, really liked last year. Again, this is same 1/4 inch. So just put it in there and lightly cover. It doesn't have to be very deep. Take your marker, the beginning, there it is. Now we're going to do cilantro on this side, because I want 3 cilantros as well. But now cilantro, 1/4 inch deep. It is a bigger seed though, see that? Some people soak their cilantro because it's in that little case, or they'll take a sandpaper and rough it up.
You don't do that?
No, I tend to keep the soil moist enough that it loosens up cilantro pretty good. Cilantro is a cold weather crop. If you want cilantro, then you're going to plant it like you would cabbage or broccoli, cauliflower, because once the heat of summer starts in, about the time it's of putting your tomatoes out, your cilantro is going to start bolting like spinach. It's going to want to go to flower. That's what bolting means. And won't be no good no more. You'll have to rip it out. So you can freeze it, dry it, use it just to cook regular Mexican food. So now I know this side is agastache, this side is cilantro. They got little markers. We're going to do, this one is going to be different herbs. Thyme, we're going to do, when I look at my list, it tells me that I'm going to do 2 thyme, 2 dill, and 2 basil. That'll fill this whole 6-pack. Instead of putting my markers at the end though, I'm going to put them like this. I'll show you. Okay, thyme is so small, you're not going to bury it at all. You're going to surface sow it. Basically, this is lemon thyme. I have all different kinds of varieties. Thyme is a perennial. It comes back. But see how little this stuff is? You don't want to bury that. So we're just going to sprinkle it over the surface of these 2 little cells. We will have to thin it. I say we will have to thin it. I've buried it in plugs before like this, and it did just fine. Now you're going to take your finger and you're going to mash that in. You're not burying it, you're just mashing it in so it can stick to that dirt. And again, keep it moist. And that's your thyme. Now we're going to do dill. On your dill seed packet, it says 1/16. Same thing. You're going to be surface sowing at 1/16. So just smooth your dirt out. This is seed I used last year. I only use dill really for making pickles. It's nice to have. It brings pollinators. I'm just gonna barely, like that right there, just so they have something to hang on to. My dill's planted. Mark it. We're gonna do basil. This is free seed that I got from Baker Creek. They're really good to do that. If you order like $10 worth of seeds, then they'll send you free ones. And it's usually stuff we like. 1/4 inch blue spice basil. Heavy fragrance with spicy vanilla overtones. So, should be good for pollinators. Not a very big seed either. When I go to thin these, because I sure won't try to separate them, I'll just snip them off with my fingernails or with a pair of scissors to thin them, leaving the best ones. Alright, that's it. We planted. Those are all 3 planted.
Once you get all your little seeds into your little tray, like she did a while ago, get them marked. You're going to want to put them in a covered tray carrier, or whatever you call it, and I'm going to let her explain that and what she does.
Okay, you can buy this domed tray at Walmart. They're like $4.72, and they usually hold like 72 things. If you don't want to do that, you can cover it with saran wrap until they sprout. Main thing is, see the condensation? You want to keep everything nice and moist and humid to get it started. Once they start sprouting, once the first one starts sprouting, you want to get that off of there. Get a fan oscillating and blowing on them, mimicking the air outside. He's showing you that you sprinkle some water on there. But get your fan blowing, and then you need to get your lights on here. If you have some that haven't sprouted, you can take them out, put them in another tray, and cover them with the dome. Cover them with saran wrap, whatever you need to do. But the ones that are starting to sprout, they're going to sprout fast after that first one. You're going to want to get lights on them. And the lights I use are just LED shop lights that I get at a big box store. I get 5,000 lumens. These are really dusty. They've been used for several years. I get 5,000 lumens. When I bought them, were $16.95. I think they've gone up to $20. You can hang them from chains. What I do is I prop them on books because you want that light as close to them seedlings as you can get, so they don't get real skinny, leggy stems. These don't get hot. These LEDs don't get hot, so it's no problem if they're touching them. But you put your lights on your books, and as those plants grow, add you another book to raise them up, because you're going to try and keep them as close as possible and slowly raise them up. And that's how I do it. I use 3, sometimes 4. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to bring that 4th one in. But these are just LED shop lights from...
But for the majority of your plants growing, you don't want to turn the lights on until they sprout.
Yeah, until they sprout. Until you have a green sprout coming up, breaking the dirt. These peppers I planted at the beginning of the week. I'm hoping by Monday or Tuesday I'm seeing some sprouts. What I'll do then is I'll put lights on them. These ones I started today, I'll move to another tray and cover them up until they sprout. Same with tomatoes. I'm going to wait on my tomatoes a couple of weeks, and I'll start tomatoes. But yeah, until they sprout, just keep them covered. Saran wrap or a dome, either one. So they stay nice and humid like a greenhouse. You're trying to get greenhouse conditions. I have a heater. peppers are notoriously, especially hot peppers, hard to start. I have bad germination rate normally with them. So what I've done this year to help a little bit is I've got a heater, a heat mat under here to keep it extra warm because peppers like heat. So hopefully that'll make a better germination rate. We're growing 6 or 7 different varieties this year. A lot of frying peppers. Here's the box I got this on Amazon. I can't remember what I paid. I want to say it was less than $20 for this heating mat. It wasn't very high at all. 10 by 20 size. Plug, hopefully it'll work. This is I'll show you the peppers we started. I did some eggplants, and then we done a chocolate pepper. It's a little chocolate colored sweet pepper. Pippin's Golden Honey Pepper from Philadelphia. Shishitos, which are frying peppers, and we love them. Jimmy Dardello, also a frying pepper. It's Italian. Yolo is it's a red bell pepper. And Sunbright is a yellow bell pepper. So that's what we got already started. And then what y'all saw us start today of the herbs. A couple weeks we'll start these tomatoes.
Weather permitting.
Weather permitting. Since it's inside.
So there you go. There you go. That's our seed starting process. I know it's kind of a train wreck, but that's kind of the way we do stuff. We're going to the mailbox. Yeah. Let that Jake brake roll on. You bet. Boy, you can tell the weather's getting nicer. Traffic is moving on now. Moving on. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video today. Hope you can hear me. It's going to be loud because, it's just the way it goes around here. Hope you enjoyed the video. Didn't do a whole lot. Started a few seeds. Once those seeds get up a little higher, we'll have to move them out, which means I will end up having to make another greenhouse. But I knew that was coming. Just hopefully the weather will warm up a little bit. Some nice warm spring weather, and we'll get us a greenhouse going, and then the plants that we get started in the house will go out to another house, and then they'll go in the ground. Then they'll go in the ground. We don't do a huge garden, we just do a little stuff, but we do enjoy, eating our own vegetables. We enjoy that. We only grow what we like, and no, I shouldn't say that. We grow a lot of stuff that we've never had before. We like to try different things, see if they work, see if they don't work. No mail is good mail. You never, I would say that we like to try things that look good in the package, but most of the things, just like at the restaurant, things look a lot better in the picture than they do on the plate, right? Look at here. So it's middle of February, not quite Valentine's Day. You fellas better get out there before it's too late. It's probably 33 degrees out here, feels like. I don't know, it's very cold. But it has been warm the last couple days, even though there's been ice on the ground. Look at here. Jonquils are trying to bloom. Of course, Tucker's going to stomp all over them, but yeah, the jonquils are starting to bloom. I think it's a little bit early for them, but they are starting to bloom. Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, there's another one. I'm telling you, the big trucks are rolling today. Rolling today. People are tired of being pent up in their house. They're getting out. Maybe they're going to get seeds. Who knows? I don't know. They may be going to get seeds. I'm hoping that Kim's got some vittles in there cooking. I seen her with some squash. I'm hoping she's frying that. So I'm going to end the video here. Hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, just a little crash course kind of in how we start our seeds. I know other people do them different. People do them more fancy, expensive, but you know, you do what you do with what you got. And that's kind of what we do. Hey, hope you enjoyed the video. Please hit like, subscribe, and just come back and see us sometime. All right? Bye-bye.